bastards, how's it going everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United post-match reaction for the Manchester United versus RZ Alkmaar game that's just finished 4-0 to the mighty Red Devils at Old Trafford in the Europa League. Oh my days, it's an absolute penetration of the second half. First half display from United was straight out the David Moyes playbook. It was that drab. We barely created. They were actually the better team for the opening 45 minutes of the game. No worries. Definitely the better team. But United came out in the second half and we absolutely laid the bloody sword to the man. Do you know what I mean? Our players completely transformed by whatever happened at halftime. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer administering a team talk straight out of the Sir Alex Ferguson handbook, hopefully, because that's what they needed. They needed not only the hairdryer, but it actually chuck it at them. Do you know what I mean? They needed the old David Beckham boot in the face at halftime there, because that's how bad the first half performance was. But you wouldn't really know. That second half performance was top draw. The way we've dominated them, cut them open. I mean, seriously, have some of that, RZ Alkmaar. They obviously got the draw with us 0-0 in the first fixture. 4-0 to United. The jobs are good and fantastic display. But it's not just about the result tonight. It's about showing that bit of character there. It's about reacting from the first poor first half. It's about displaying a much better United in the second half. And all credit to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer on this one. He made 9 changes from the win over City. It caps off a heck of a few fixtures for us. Do you know what I mean? Beating Spurs, beating City, 4-0 against Alkmaar, incredible second half display. Team talks work magic, in-game managements work magic, substitutions are work magic. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the magic man of Manchester United. That's how I feel about it. He's doing that well recently. You know, you've got to give him a bit of credit. I know it's only RZ Alkmaar and I know it's only the Europa League, but still, we've reacted. He's managed the game in-game. He's got the best out of this United team after a really dodgy first half. And it's just a breath of fresh air. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is at the wheel, lads and lasses, whether you like it or not. He is the manager at United. He is doing well recently. He is developing, he is progressing, and he is getting this United side winning and scoring goals against good opposition too. You know, RZ Alkmaar are no disgraces. They're just right behind Ajax in the Dutch league there. Do you know what I mean? They're a very, very good side. They're a good team, and United made them look absolutely bang average, ordinary, dog turd shite in that second half. So all credit where credit's due. The players absolutely bossed it. I want to talk about the individual performances of the players. I'm going to kick it off by saying Mason bloody Greenwood is the new Messiah. Do you know what I mean? He's the new Robin van Persie. He's got that sort of style about him, his movement, the way he plays. He looks like a young Robin van Persie, but he's also got that natural clinical finishing ability that Robin van Persie has. In the second half, the ball has fallen to him and he's banged it in the back of the net. The ball's fallen to him again. He's banged it in the back of the net. It's like not just poor quality tap-ins as well. We're talking quality goals here. We're talking absolute assassin stuff. And he's a complete new baby-faced assassin for us. It's quite appropriate we've got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who's our manager, who is the baby-faced assassin, that we've got somebody like Mason Greenwood at the club, 18 years of age, has a baby-face and is an assassin in front of goal. It's very, very appropriate, isn't it? I mean, I love what I see every time I see Mason Greenwood come on the pitch. He's played his way into the first team, in my opinion. Now, I don't think it's going to happen. I think you'll see Rashford, I think you'll see James, and I think you'll see Marcial up top in the next game against Everton on Sunday. But in my book, he's played his way into the side. He absolutely has. He looked way more lethal than Marcial tonight. He looks way more clinical and natural in front of goal. He's a goal scorer. Say what you want about the lad, he's a goal scorer. I think he scored 4 in 5 for United, bearing in mind he's getting sporadically played, he's getting stop-start action, he's not playing one week, he's playing the next, he's playing all over the gaff, he's playing as a substitute coming on. Considering all those things, to get 4 goals in 5 games for United in all competitions at 18 years of age is bloody amazing. So fair play to Mason Greenwood. I'm loving what I'm seeing. He is a future star for United. But right now, the star of Mason Greenwood is shining brightly. Do you know what I mean? It is shining brightly. And hopefully we have the second coming of Robin van Persie. He's brilliant today. Everything about him, the creative play, his touch, his technique, the finishing that he put in the 2 goals with, absolutely unbelievable. So happy for Mason Greenwood. He really gives Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a true conundrum now. What does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer do? Does he play a sort of a misfiring Anthony Marcial up top there. Does he do that, or does he maybe put the faith in an 18-year-old lad who's doing the business and looks clinical in front of goal? And don't get me wrong, I didn't think Marcial did a bad job tonight. I'm just saying that I think he's been a little bit out of sorts last few games. I don't think he's been 100% at the races. He's lacking a little bit sharpness, lacking a little bit of movement. I know he has looked good, he looked good in the last game actually, but I'm just saying, I'm looking at Greenwood, they're just showing replays of the couple of goals that he scored, and they're top draw. They're so good, they're low, they're firm, they're in the corner. It's just natural. He's got the knack of putting the ball in the back of the net. That left foot of his is absolutely bloody beautiful, do you know what I mean? I haven't got a foot fetish in the slightest, and I'm not attracted to men at all, but Mason Greenwood's left boot is turning me on right now. It's that bloody good. So, anyway, shout out to Mason Greenwood. He's easily my man of the match. 18 years of age, doing the business for United. The future is so bright with Mason Greenwood up top there, with 22-year-old Rashford, with 21-year-old Dan James. I'll tell you something now, Antonassans. United, we're going to be okay. We are going to be okay. We just need to keep faith in Ole Gunnar. We need to allow him to do his thing. We need to give him the January transfer window. We need to believe in him until at least the end of the season. And what you will see, in my opinion, is him learn from his mistakes. His in-game management improves. His substitutions improve. His selection improves as he gets to know the squad and players and what works and what doesn't work for him. These things should all improve. And of course, more importantly, the squad should improve too if we allow him to sign players in January. So I think he's doing a good job. He's had a great week, of course. Beating Spurs, beating City, now getting the 4-0 win over Alkmaar. It's happy bloody days and he looks 10 years younger overnight. It's great for his confidence, it's great for his job security, it's great for the pressure that's on his shoulders, relieving some of that. We needed to relieve the pressure that's on his shoulders because there was so much of it. And winning against Spurs, winning against City and getting the win tonight, it's done that. It's relieved the pressure. All of a sudden, we're firing again. All of a sudden, we're right back challenging up there where we should be at this moment in time. It's still not where we should be as a football club, but at this moment in time, he's doing about as good as I could have envisaged and hoped for. So credit where credit's due. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he's turning it around. He's turning it around at United. Let's talk about the other players in the team, some of the other performers that played tonight. Mata played tonight, and after a first 45 minutes, which was very quiet and very drab from him, he turned it on in the second half, and he showed what a technically gifted player he can be. Some of the football he's playing was very nice. Some of the interplay was good with the players around him. He was doing some bits down that left-hand side for United in that second half. He really was. Great to see. The cross-in, of course, for Ashley Young's goal. The first goal for Manchester United was from Juan Mata, so he set that goal up. Marcial was a little bit slow to react, just lacking that match sharpness. There he is. But it went all the way through to Ashley Young, and Ashley Young said, "Thank you very much, Juanie, my little friend," and he stuck it in the back of the net. Ashley Clunge, Captain Clunge, Ashley Young, let's call him by his actual name tonight, because he bloody well deserves it, because he was mesmeric at times in that second half. Anyway, he scored the goal, the opening goal, credit where credit's due, and Juan Mata, of course, is putting a good display tonight. He also scored the penalty for us, cool penalty. And, of course, Mason Greenwood won that penalty as well. So what a night for Mason Greenwood. 2 goals from Mason Greenwood, won the penalty for Manchester United. A hugely influential game from Mason Greenwood in the European competition at Old Trafford. 18 years of age, representing Man United. Oh, my days, it doesn't get any better than that for a young man. He's doing the business, he's living life, he's loving it. Fair play to Mason Greenwood, he's a future star. Not only that, he can do it for us right now, I love him. I've gone back to Mason, that's how much I bloody love him. Juan Mata. Let's talk about some of the other players then. Let me get the players up here and I'll give you my player ratings for the game as well. Now, okay, so Anthony Marcial tonight, bit disappointing, little bit hit or miss, good at times, but just lacking that consistency. I'm honestly, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10 tonight, okay? Maybe it's harsh, I just didn't see all that much from Marcial. Pereira tonight, I'm still not really seeing what all the fuss is about. Andreas Pereira started the game, a little bit ropey, much better as the game went on. I'd probably give him a 6 as well. 6 isn't bad, don't get me wrong, 6 is not bad, but it's not great. Juan Mata, he got a penalty goal and he created an assist. All-round play was not overly majestic. I'll give him a 7.5, which is actually quite low for somebody who scored and assisted, but that's what I'm going to give him, 7.5. Mason Greenwood, oh my days, considering his age, considering the limited opportunities he's had all season, considering this quality of the 2 goals that he scored, considering he won the penalty, I'm giving him a freaking 10 out of 10, lads and lasses, I am. Let's get on to Static Twatic Matic in the centre of the park then. He's bloody useless. He's a Frankenstein's monster. Okay, he may have done all right in that second half. I didn't really remember him at any moment during the game, which is crazy because he has bolts coming out of his fucking neck. He is Frankenstein. He's Frankenstein's monster. But unfortunately, he's just decomposing a little bit too quickly before our eyes now. I don't think he's ever really going to be up to it for United, but fair play to Matic, you know. He's an experienced player. Ollie's made 9 changes tonight. He put a bunch of players in there who've not had a lot of game time, who've not played overly that many games this season. He's just kept things fresh. He's given players a much-needed rest after the Spurs and City game and this Everton game coming up. Much-needed rest for those players, and he's gifted opportunities to some of the other players that haven't really played very much. Great to see Garner starting the game as well. Thought he put in a positive performance. I think he won the ball back for United with a sliding challenge, which actually led to Greenwood's goal. So he had an influence in the game there positively. Good to see him in there. He's barely been selected all season long. This is a tailor-made game for Garner to see what he can do. First half, like Matic, like most of the team, we just sort of got overrun and it was disappointing, but second half, much, much better from the lad. Defensively, let's talk about defensively. So Brandon Williams, good performance from him. Same story as the rest of the side. First half, a little bit ropey from him. Same with Ashley Young, scored the goal, ropey first half. Twan Zeebe, same thing with him, ropey at times. Couple of errors, giving the ball away in really dangerous positions for Alkmaar in the first half. But he did a great job. Maguire, solid, almost got on the score sheet. There you go, that's basically it. So that's it. I think we've done a decent sort of a job today. The defence was good enough. We got the clean sheet, but at times it looked very, very ropey. And in the first half, Alkmaar were the better team going in at half-time. But football is a game of two halves, and Manchester United came out slobber-knocking in that second half on the back of what I'm hoping is a real, complete, bloody mash-up from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at half-time, because that first half performance was awful, but they did come out and they did perform and they did react like you would hope, and they did put in a great performance. Captain Clunge deserves a lot of credit, captain in the side to glory tonight. Mason Greenwood, unbelievable, man of the match performance from him at 18 years of age. It doesn't get any better than that for the lad. So happy. Juan Mata, putting some of those ghosts of the past to bed. He's been bang average for 6 months. He's barely done a thing. But tonight he scored a penalty, got an assist. It's good for his confidence. Hopefully, maybe he can just still be a part of this United squad. I was just about getting a little bit tired of Juan Mata, you know. I've always championed Juan Mata over the years. I think he's a very technically gifted player. But it's no good having all the technique and all the ability if it doesn't translate out onto the pitch, which unfortunately a lot of the time this season, for Juan Mata, it just hasn't done. But tonight he was very, very good, very influential. Great to see. Oh, it's a mangasm situation. Hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Thank you for stopping by for the watch-along as well and making it such a fantastic watch-along. It was really great fun. It was probably a great game to commentate on in that second half just because we were scoring goals so quick and fast. It was unreal. The way we played, the way we went about in the second half, I can't fault it, and we've got the clean sheet to cap it all off. So, over the moon. Credit to Ollie. And shout out to everyone that stopped by and watched the video. If you are tuning in now for this post-match show, please do us a massive favour if you're in here. Please smack a like on it for the pig. Please do chuck a like on this video. Get your thoughts and opinions in. Give it a share on social media if you can. That would be legendary. Apologies for the throat. Apologies for the dodgy voice. I've got a bit of an illness at the moment. Bit of man flu. Sore throat. That game certainly didn't help. Commentating on the game the last couple of hours certainly didn't help. It's made me very, very hoarse. Do you know what I mean? I feel like David Moyes' daughter right now after a night out with Wilfred Zaha. Oh, that's messed up! Anyway, but it's past the watershed. Anyway, thanks to everybody who's tuning in. Smash a like on it. Get your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. And I would love to read a whole bunch of them out. Get your thoughts in on how we performed, on how we did in the game against Alkmaar tonight. Let me know. Okay, Matt Rush, shout out to you, my friend. He says, thanks, Pig. Thanks to you, Matt Rush. Thanks for getting involved and supporting on the watch-along earlier, as you did. Thanks to Alex Rincon. Special shout-out to you for moderating earlier on and just doing your thing, man. Alex Rudd in the house. Great to see you in here, my friend. He comments, a few wins and baby-faced assassin. A few losses and it's Norwegian Gollum. Well, that's just the fickleness of football fans, my friend. And that is the fickleness of football, unfortunately. But Alex Rudd, it's nice to see you in here showing that face of yours, pal. Thank you very much for buying one of my mugs as well. Unfortunately, UPS, a complete bunch of melters and amateurs, and it turned up to you broken. I hope you got that sorted out. But thank you very much for buying one and supporting the channel, Alex Rudd. And also, Arsenal, you're an Arsenal fan, so it's kind of funny that you're in here. It's a shame that they didn't lose tonight. In the end, they scored 2 late goals to get the draw against Standard Liège. I was about to message you on Twitter and say, all aboard the banter bus, Alex Rudd. But unfortunately, you did get the draw. Football YT comments, Greenwood is a true red. That he is, my son, that he is. He seems to possess all of the characteristics we want from a red, you know what I mean? He's a nice lad, he seems hungry, he's quality, got bags of potential, and he just seems very professional, very grounded, very humble, down-to-earth sort of lad. That's what we want at United, you know what I mean? We don't want these spoiled prima donna twats. We don't want these people that don't look like they're trying out there on the pitch. We want people who are fighting for Manchester United, and we want people who have quality, but have the character, more importantly, also. And I think Mason Greenwood's one of those players. I know he's a very young lad, but at this stage, for him to be that good, and that comfortable in front of goal, and that clinical in front of goal, with the limited experience he's got and the age that he is, it just goes to show you, I think he's going to be a heck of a player, man. I said it in my watch-along, I've not been as excited about a player coming through United, a teenager, compared to Mason Greenwood as I was for, since Wayne Rooney. I've not been as excited about a teenager than since Wayne Rooney. I think Wayne Rooney was the last teenager that really encapsulated that unbelievable, oh my God, here we've got an incredible talent type player. Rashford, when he burst on the scene and Louis van Gaal gave him the opportunity, sure, he was very good, but I still not quite to Wayne Rooney's level. When Wayne Rooney was a teenager and I saw him in a United shirt or even in an Everton shirt before that, I thought England have got a ridiculously talented player on our hands here. And I feel exactly the same way about Mason Greenwood. Now, the different players, a lot of people are likening Mason Greenwood's style to RVP, and there's very clear comparisons there. You can see the way his movement, the intelligence of him in the final third, his finishing ability, that beautiful left foot, which I've got a freaking beautiful left boot, which I've got a freaking foot fetish for now, is is doing the business. He reminds me of Robin van Persie, but he's only 18 years of age. Obviously, it's a lot to build on, but I think we've got a ridiculously special player on our hands with Mason Greenwood at the wheel. Not at the wheel, but do you know what I mean? On the back seat of the bus there. Jarvis Cocker, my friend, says, take me home, United Road. Oh! Yes, my son, here, Snark comments, bring on Liverpool. Oops, looking ahead. Yeah, fair play. I mean, we don't want to look too far ahead from that one. Of course, we've got Everton coming up, another Scouse team. We'll see how we get on there. Should be an easier game than the last couple of games we've had, but we know how difficult football is. We know how unpredictable United are, and we know how inconsistent we've been this season. And we're in our best run of the season so far, no doubt about it, but at the same time, we've lost to many teams we shouldn't be losing to this season, and we've not beaten teams we should be beating. And we've beaten teams that we shouldn't be beating. So we've been doing things all over the place and completely wrong this season so far. So it wouldn't surprise me if we just slipped up in the next game. But I think Ollie got it right tonight. 9 changes, gave opportunities to youngsters. Players like Twantebe coming in, got an opportunity. Brandon Williams got an opportunity. And, even bringing subs on like Laird, they got some late opportunities. He came on, Ethan Laird, great to see. And he just mixed things up and he was allowed the chance to rest players. So there's no excuses at the weekend. Should have a full rested squad. A lot of the players that were playing against City and Spurs, obviously, were not playing tonight. That's why you've seen Frankenstein's monster Twatic Matic in there. It's why you've seen Garner put in there. Pereira, all these sorts of guys were given the opportunity. So I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got it right tonight. He's rested the players. He's put a good squad out there, actually, with a good mix of youth and experience. The first half, it didn't seem like it was working whatsoever, but whatever he has changed at halftime certainly worked, because the directness of United, the speed of our play in the final third definitely improved second half. We began to penetrate, we began to cut them open, and they just didn't have an answer for it. We battered them 4-0 in the end, a very, very comfortable game. Matt Rush comments, Brandon Williams was superb. Great second half performance from Brandon Williams. I'm just loving what I'm seeing from Williams. I mean, to be fair, he's my number 1 left back at the club. I don't want to see Luke Shaw given the job. But I do believe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer rates Luke Shaw, and I think because of his experience and the money he's on and all these sorts of things, he'll probably be inclined to play Luke Shaw when he's fully fit over Brandon Williams at this point in time. I think that's a mistake. I think Brandon Williams gives us more and is a better player already with the inexperience and small amount of games that he's had at the top level. I actually think he's better than Luke Shaw already, which goes to show you what a heck of a potential we've got on our hands there. But either way there, I guess Luke Shaw's not a bad option, but I'd rather see Williams. I think he's very, very good. Matt Rush, he says, great subs too. Well done, Ollie. Absolutely. Camp Nou, 1999. Comments, second try. Ollie's subtle changes in midfield. Second half, snatched the game from RZ. 4-1, 4-1. We were sexy. Could have, should have changed it in the game earlier, though. Camp Nou, thank you very much for getting in there with your comment there. You're right. He made subtle changes in the midfield. He made key substitutions at the right times. And he just managed the game very well in-game and at half-time, of course. Whatever he changed at half-time, like I say, we were much more fluid, much more attacking, much more quick in the final third in the second half, and you could see we were getting those wide players running in behind a lot more. Even Mata, when he was out on the left, he was having a lot of joy getting in behind. Brandon Williams overlapping runs. It was a lot better than the first half. Manny Slufaki comments, Mangasm! Sorry I missed the stream, Mr. Pig. Been busy. Well, Kali Spera and Kali Nikta to you, Manny Slufaki. Thank you very much for getting in here, my friend. Great to see you. Everybody who's tuning in, thanks for getting in here in the comment section. Smash a cheeky little like on the video if you are stopping by. Rejoice in Manchester United's upturn in recent form. Rejoice in the youthful exuberance that we have, bossing it at the club. Greenwood's on it. Rashford's on it, bossing it in the league for us as well. I mean, things are looking rosy. Dan James, Wan-Bissaka. We have got some amazing young players at this football club. Absolutely. One thing that confused me a little bit, where is Angel Gomez? I want to see a bit more from Angel Gomez. I know Tahith Chong's come on the pitch at the end of the game there. I want to see Gomez. He looks a real talent, and these are the sorts of games I want to see him played in. Eddie Otto comments, I agree, I'm excited about Greenwood and Brandon. Yeah, I mean, that's another great young player we've got at our hands. 18, 19 years of age, Brandon Williams as well. So young, so good, so much potential, huge future ahead of him. I mean, come on. It's like Christmas has come early at United all of a sudden. A few weeks ago, a couple of games ago, it was like panic stations. We were not sure what was going to happen with Ollie at United. We were not sure how long he had left in the job. All of a sudden, he's got one over on Baldy Pep. He's got one over on Mr. Benio Mourinho. And he's won the game tonight. And all of a sudden, everybody's freaking flicking one out to it. And rightfully so, because it is just amazing right now. It's bloody mangasmic what's happening at United right now. It really is. I'm loving the recent upturn. I'm loving Ole Gunnar Solskjaer saying a big F-U to all the doubters. I'm loving him saying a big F-U to City and Spurs with those victories over them. I'm bloody loving it, lads and lasses. All at the same time as well, doing it the right way, doing it by using youth players, doing it by bringing players through. I mean, where was Brandon Williams before Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came in? So all of a sudden, it's like we've got a great left-back on our hands. He's developed players at this club. He's made Rashford score the most goals in the best run that he's had at the club. You've got to take that into consideration. Greenwood's developed marvellously under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You can criticise Ole a little bit maybe for not selecting him as much as he could, but he could also not have selected him at all. He realises he's got this baby-faced talent on his hands here, and he knows that Mason Greenwood's a special young talent, and he's just trying to bring him through slowly and steadily and not give him too much too soon. I mean, we're talking about, and I talked about at the start of the video, maybe Greenwood playing in the next game in the league like he's played himself into that position. But you have to remember that that's a big game against Everton. Different. Premier League, it's different. Do you know what I mean? And to just thrust somebody in there, it can have an adverse effect sometimes. But at the same time, if you're good enough, you're old enough. We saw that with Wayne Rooney. We saw it with Cristiano Ronaldo. If you are good enough, you're old enough. And from what we have seen from Mason Greenwood, boy, oh boy, does he look good enough. Let's get into your comments again then. Thank you, Jarvis Cocker. Much appreciated. Glad you enjoyed the watch along earlier. Much appreciated to everybody who watched along and watched the match with me. If you don't know, I do a match watch along commentary for every single Manchester United game on the channel. So you can stop by. If you're watching the game at home, you can watch it with my commentary if you so wish. Or if you're unable to watch the game, you can stop by and I'll fill you in with what's going on. So shout out to everybody who tuned in earlier on in the watch along. It was a great show, very fun, great second half, 4 goals obviously. Go back and watch my celebrations. There was some talk of a bukkake party at some point. That's how freaking ecstatic and mangasmic it was getting at one point. Do you know what I mean? Which there would not me organising a bukkake party or anything like that. I just happened to come out with something like United are spraying it around right now, banging it in the back of the net. It's like some sort of a bukkake party or something like that. It was better than that, but it was something like that. So it was a fun watch along. There was some crazy. There was some crazy chat in there, but if you didn't watch it, maybe you might want to go back and look at some of the timestamps from the legends that put the timestamps in there, and watch the reaction. But there you go. There we have it. We've battered them. We've beaten them 4-0, as you can see right there. Manchester United 4, RZ Alkmaar 0. We made up for that 0-0 draw away at their borrowed gaff over in The Hague. In the Netherlands last time when we played them. They made it difficult for us then. They made it difficult for us tonight. That first half performance from them was impressive. I was impressed again with their Wide player Idrissi looks like a very good player, caused us a couple of problems, had Ashley Young and all sorts of problems in that first half, but United did enough. Ollie did enough, he changed things up at half time, and he was the catalyst really. From that moment on in the second half, he's obviously seen what's going wrong, he's changed it, United came out, we played a lot more fluid, a lot more attacking, a lot more direct and cut them open. So he saw what the problem was, he made subtle changes, he did that while making 9 changes, so he sort of mishmashed a bunch of players together. We should have the good youthful mix and experience though to get the job done, and that is what we did. Even though United have been a little bit inconsistent this season, we're on a good run now. Beat Spurs, beat City, beat AZ Alkmaar 4-0. Things are looking rosy for United right now. I mean, what more can I add? It's just happy days now at United. Look, we're not rightfully where we should be. We know United's an incredible club. It's the richest history and tradition and everything in the English game. In my opinion, we've got the best story, in my opinion. Maybe I'm looking at it through a bit of bias and rose-tinted glasses and that sort of thing, but I honestly think this is the greatest football club in the world for various reasons, and we're not there. We're not where we should be. But performances like this, beating teams like City and Spurs and beating the best managers in the world, fills me with much needed confidence, because there's a manager we've got on the wheel here called Ole Gunnar, and he needs you. He needs you to believe in him right now. He needs you to back him. He needs you to understand that stuff doesn't happen overnight. And even though he's got us on the right track and he's got a good set of young players here, it takes a long time to progress and develop and click. And to get a team like United, where we should be challenging the likes of Liverpool, challenging the likes of City, and challenging for major honours, Champions League trophies, Premier League trophies, we should absolutely be doing that. But we can't do it overnight. The only way you can really do it overnight in this day and age is to appoint some big money manager, spend 500 to £1 billion on players, and 500 million to £1 billion on players, and try and make it happen like that. But we've seen many teams over the years come in and spend huge money and it not work. Manchester United being one of those. We've seen United do it in the past. We need to learn from our mistakes. We don't want to just appoint another big name manager just because of his reputation and give him unlimited funds because of his reputation and expect that he's going to get United back there. No, I'd rather do what Jurgen Klopp, and I'd rather do what Liverpool did, to be fair. Sure, you can go the City route, you could go the Chelsea route, and you could just throw money at it and all that stuff. But if you look at what Liverpool did under Klopp, he's built them slowly. You know, the first couple of seasons for them, he wasn't doing great with Liverpool. I mean, he's doing okay, but he certainly wasn't doing great. They had faith, they kept at it, they made the right signings. They didn't make any silly signings, but they made the right signings, and he's built and he's nurtured a fantastic squad there. Players like Alexander-Arnold, players like Robertson, they were nowhere before Jurgen Klopp came in. Do you know what I mean? He signed them for the club, he's brought them through the ranks, he's created those players effectively. Sure, they've done it themselves, they're talents, but he's developed them. That's what we're seeing with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. There's evidence that he's developing these youth players better than any of the managers we've had post-Ferguson. There's evidence for that. Look at how Mason Greenwood's improving. Look at how Rashford's in a great goal-scoring form, 22 years of age. Look at the signings he's made. Dan James, 21, championship player, comes up. Amazing winger for us. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, 21 years of age, best right back in the Premier League. Brandon Williams, plucked from obscurity, given the opportunity. Best left back we've got in the team, in my opinion. He's doing a great job of youth development at the side. Look, we're not there yet. We don't have Lewandowski. We don't have Ronaldo. We don't have Messi. We don't have all these quality players that a top side would need. But what we do have is a young Messi. What we do have is a young Ronaldo. In my opinion, you know, people like Greenwood, people like Rashford, you can make comparisons. Okay, maybe we're getting a bit carried away here. But we've got young players in a couple of years' time who could really be absolutely quality. Do what Icky1693 says and smash a cheeky little like on this video. If you're tuned in for the post-match show, thank you very much for stopping by. I know it's pretty late, but let me know your thoughts and opinions. I'll stick around for a few more minutes. Done the watch along. My voice is hoarse. It's going. But I really appreciate everyone who takes the time to comment and gets involved in the live chat here. Saved Purple Cat comments, top 4, ? Pigs will fly. I mean, in terms of the league, in terms of finishing top 4 over the course of the season, I just don't see us doing it. I think 5th or 6th would actually be a very good result for us this season, bearing in mind the stiff competition we've got up there, bearing in mind the fact Leicester are doing it, Chelsea under Lampard look decent, and a serious threat. Man City, Liverpool still sniffing around the gaff, Jose at Spurs. It'd be difficult for us right now with the squad we have, unless we do spend big in January and bring in a few key players in key areas, for us to really break in the top 4. I'm saying 5th is where we're going to finish this season. Now, I think 5th, but look, if we have a good January, if things improve, if we keep going the way we're going with Ollie, he keeps developing and learning as a manager and developing and bringing on these players, then who knows where we could finish. We could be right up there end of the season. Who knows? Gungshi in the house, thank you very much for your super chat, my friend. He says, great commentary as always, Pig. Hope you feel better soon and try and rest a bit before the Pig and the Hen show. Right back at you, Gungshi. Thank you very much for your super chat and always supporting the channel. True legend of the channel. Thank you, Gungshi. Hope you feel better too as well. Obviously, you're not feeling too great either. So yeah, we're both just we're all ill at the moment. Henry Hotspur's ill too. Look, if you're unfamiliar with the Pig and the Hen show and the timings of it, we usually do it on Wednesday afternoon. But the Pig and the Hen show will be on tomorrow, 1 p.m. UK time, live on this channel, Flying Pig United. So do keep a lookout for that tomorrow. We'll be doing a show. We'll be analysing all the football headlines and football talking points of this week. We'll be talking about how gash Spurs are after losing again and getting humiliated to Bayern Munich, whatever, I suppose it didn't matter, whatever. And we'll be talking about United's dominance at the moment. That's right. Oh, that's right. So thank you to everybody that's tuned in tonight. I'm pretty much going to wrap this video up here. Actually, I'm just going to do a few more shout-outs and read a couple more comments because I appreciate everybody who sent them in. Eddie Otto, Red Devils 20 says, Pig, just found you, enjoyed the show. Red Devils 20, that's great to hear. Always nice to see a few new faces in here, so thank you very much for stopping by and commenting and getting involved. And it's great to have a newbie in here, so I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Thank you very much. Joshua Esposito, top man, great name, says, love you, Piggy. Love you too, Joshua. Here, Snark comments, Pig equals the voice of United. You legend. Alex Rincon, special shout out to the Rinconator for moderating the watch along and moderating this live chat right now. Just generally being an absolutely personable legend. Thank you, Rincon. He says, like the video. Let's get this video to over 100 likes. Thank you, Rincon. Please do that. If you're tuned in right now, do the Pig a favour. Smash a cheeky little like on it. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button for upcoming United videos, news, transfer news, watch-alongs, match reactions, commentaries, any breaking news covered on the channel here. If it's major and legit, we will talk about it. So if you're new to the channel, you can do that. And thanks to everybody that's already supporting the channel, already watching the channel, already tuning into the channel when you could be tuning into loads of other football and United channels. You choose this one, and for that one, I say thank you. We've got a cheeky super chat here as well from Jarvis Cocker. Thank you very, very much, Jarvis. He says, support the channel. Pure quality ain't free. Thank you very much, Jarvis Cocker. He also supports me on Patreon as well, as does Rud, Rincon, and a bunch of other people. If you want to help the channel out, if you want to help the channel grow, if you want to show your support for the channel, you can do it that way also. But also, anybody who just watches this show and interacts and just tunes in and watches it, you're all much appreciated. So thank you very, very much. But thank you, Jarvis. Much appreciated, man. Obviously, these commentaries are completely free on YouTube. I just do this for pure fun. Like I said, the first few years of my YouTube channel, it wasn't monetized. It's not why I got into YouTube. I find it insane that people like Gungshi, people like Rud, Rincon, and Jarvis, and Matt, and all these people that send in super chats, I find it crazy they actually do that. But I do really appreciate it. Thank you so much to everybody that does that. Legends! Right, lads and lasses, I'm going to have to wrap this one up. JP is late, but thank you very much for getting in here. Please do catch up on the watch-along and also the post-match reaction show. Everybody else, thank you so much for stopping by on the show. I hope you've had a little bit of fun tuning in and watching the game with me earlier and also getting involved in the comments and that good stuff. Late super chat here from Dan Glyn Wang. Loving the name, Dan Glyn Wang. He says, put conspiracy theories in the title, get more views. Thank you very much, Dangling Wang. That might be appropriate and actually not misleading at all for the Pig and the Hen show, because there is a conspiracy theory segment on the Pig and the Hen show tomorrow. So that's actually legit. Me personally, I'm not a big lover of putting all clickbaity and random, stuff like that in the what's it called, in the keywords and all that sort of stuff. But you may be onto something there, buddy. Thank you very, very much, though, for the super chat and getting your thoughts and opinions in. Rincon comments, see you tomorrow for the Pig and the Hen show. So just to let everybody know one last time, the Pig and the Hen show was rescheduled this week from Wednesday to Friday. Friday at 1 p.m, tomorrow 1 p.m. UK time. Me and the Hen will talk about all the week's football. So tune in for that. But for now, I just want to say a special thank you to all of you again. Chuck a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Jarvis Cocker, Gungshi, Dangling Wang. I get it! Dangling Wang! It's a great one! I thought that was a legit name. But it's not, it's just a Dangling Wang. I like it. Anyway, thank you very much, pal. Thank you to everybody else for getting in here. with the comments and making this videos what they are. So if I didn't respond to you, or if you just want to talk about anything that happened in the game, once this video is finished in a minute, please do us a favour and smash a cheeky little like on it. Subscribe, all that good stuff, yeah. But come back, get your thoughts, and I'd love to hear you. I'd love to respond to you, so please do that. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow for the Pig and the Hen show. You've been watching the Flying Pig on Flying Pig United. Bunch of legends. There we have it. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is at the wheel. He soldiers on. He's got this United side playing some decent football. Clean sheet, 4 goals. Mason Greenwood a brace. Thank you very much. Star of the future. Stars of the future all over the place. Lighting up the Manchester night sky. There we go. I'll leave it there. Have a bloody happy Christmas time, everybody. Hopefully it's going to be one for United. So far, it's been a very happy December. Merry Christmas to each and everyone, and you stay classy. I'll see you very, very soon. It's time for the Patreon credits. Until next time, take it easy. Come on, United! A long, long time ago, in a galaxy far away. Anyway, look, everybody who's tuning in, thanks for stopping by at the end credits here. Just a little appreciative end credit rolling down the screen to say thank you to everybody that helps fight the good fight by supporting the channel on Patreon. The link is in the description. If you want to help the channel out, if you want to also appear in this rolling credits at the end on all my videos, then you can support the channel on patreon.com/flyingpigunited. If you're that way inclined, obviously, if you don't want to do that, if it's not for you, don't do it. But if you do want to do that, understand that the option is there and the pig would be very, very much appreciative. But anyway, until next time, take it easy. Thank you to each and every one of you guys on this list and each and every one of you who's still here listening and who tuned into the post-match show and the watch-along earlier. I love each and every one of you. Have yourselves a bloody good one. This is the Pig. Bacon Brigade, out.